So as we continue talking about calories, we're going to talk about some fats as well. But some of the things that we need to do is just check out those calories on the nutrition or the food labels. You can see here a Special K breakfast bar as compared to a toaster strudel breakfast pastry. You have 90 calories for this Special K bar or 190 calories for that toaster strudel pastry. You can also look at the fat content. We have a 1.5 grams of fat in the Special K bar and 9 total fat grams from that toaster strudel. We need fat for energy and cushion and insulation, staying warm and breaking our fall. That cushion comes into protecting our bones and our organs. There are good and bad fats. The good fats are omegas and unsaturated fats. The bad fats are the trans fats and the saturated fats. They're found in many dairy and animal products and tropical oils. It's solid at room temperature, but when heated up, it can be turned into liquid. Trans fat, look for the word hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated on the food label. It's added to make foods solid. They try and hide these things as to not use the word fat. The bad fats are trans fats and saturated fats, which we just talked about. Then they're talking about those hydrogenated things. Too much bad fat causes clogged arteries, heart attacks, strokes, high blood pressure, and low self-esteem. You can see here we have a normal coronary artery, which is open and flowing. And then we have two here that have some buildup inside of them from a lot of those bad fats over the years. Trans fats. You can see here on this one, they've gotten all of their wonderful ingredients, and then they have partially hydrogenated cottonseed oil. To the normal person just looking at this, they're not really understanding that partially hydrogenated would be trans fat. Here's another example. In these Harmony yogurt pretzels, you have confection coating, sugar, partially hydrogenated palm kernel oil. Farther down, you can see in the blue again, partially hydrogenated soybean oil. Again, they're trying to use these big terms so that you don't quite understand that there is a bunch of trans fat in this product. So what's the maximum fat I should eat per day? Well, let's take a look. The formula for how many fat grams you should eat per day is the calories you should eat per day, which we figured that out the other day. So make sure you have that number. If you don't have that number, pause it, go back, find that number from your health stuff. Now that you have your your calories you should eat per day, you're going to multiply that by 0.2, 0.25, 0.3, or 0.35. Now, depending upon how healthy you want to be, should be where you want to, what number you will choose. The lower numbers are going to give you obviously a lower fat gram total. The higher numbers are going to give you a more higher fat gram total. So depending upon how healthy you want to be, this is just a personal choice of which one you pick. So again, the lower end is a little bit healthier, where the higher end is not quite as healthy. It's still not unhealthy, just not quite as healthy. Then once you have that number, again, that's your calories multiplied by that, whichever one you choose. You're going to divide that by 9, and you're going to get your fat grams per day. So foods that are high in fat are fast food, cured pork, butter or Crisco, red meat and cheese, mayo and other dressings. Almost anything with the word cream in it is high in fat. Sour cream, cream cheese, those types of things. cheese is actually very fattening. You can see here on these two food labels, you have cheddar cheese on the left, mozzarella cheese on the right. If you shred 1 cup of cheddar, you're getting 420 calories, and you're also getting 34 grams of fat. Now, if you look up here at the food label, you're going to see that calories, it says 105, but that's for a 1/4 cup of shredded cheese. So we have to take that 105 and multiply it by 4 to get our 420 calories. You can also see the total fat grams is 8.5, but yet again, we need to multiply that number by 4 because these numbers are kind of tricky. Therefore, a 1/4 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Same thing on the mozzarella cheese side. If you want 1 shredded cup of mozzarella cheese, okay, you're looking at multiplying this number by 4 and getting 320 calories and also 24 grams of fat. It's all about choices and being educated. If you take a look at your cheeseburger, total calories from fat and total calories compared to Newman's Own dressing. Now this is a 2-ounce portion of dressing compared to a 4-ounce cheeseburger. You can see that yes, our dressing is lower calories, but its total fat and total calories from fat are a lot more. And you also have to understand that this is only the dressing and it's only for 2 ounces. If you were to use more than that, you're obviously going to have to adjust these numbers based on how many ounces you use. If you're at home, you can try reduced fat products and lean meats. This product has half the fat and calories of regular mayo. So you see where you were talking about mayo with olive oil. It says reduced fat mayonnaise. Here is the nutrition facts. Here we have in a serving size, which is 1 tablespoon, and they're both the same serving size, 1 tablespoon. You have 45 calories compared to 90 calories from regular mayo. Total fat grams of the mayo with olive oil is 4 grams. Total fat for regular mayo is 10 grams. And now again, that's in 1 tablespoon. If you use more than a tablespoon, then obviously you're going to have to adjust your numbers based on that. So as we take a look, we have 2 things. We have American apple pie, all-American pie, real fruit. Totals calories are 470 in the package, 23 grams of fat, compared to the jumbo honey buns that are iced that my daughter would eat all day long. She loves those things. You're talking 640 calories and 41 fat grams in these 2 things. So which one should you choose to eat? That depends upon your calorie intake every day and your total fat grams every day. Maybe the best choice is to choose not to eat either one of these. How about if we went to the wonderful place of the Dairy Queen? Now the arrow is pointing to the item on the menu with the highest fat grams. Okay, I wouldn't choose this one. I would choose one that is up from this list, at least one that's up a few, which would be the Snickers Blizzard. That's one of my favorites. And I'm looking at, if I went with a large, I would get 535 calories and 44 grams of fat. That's a lot. That's why I normally get the small, but even still, that's 326 calories and 26 grams of fat. Maybe next time if I'm going to do it, maybe I just go all in and get the large. Who cares, right? Well, depending upon what your daily calorie intake is and your fat intake is, you need to choose wisely. A little bit better options here. We have a 6 grams of fat from the Arctic Rush Float Small. We have some limeade juice down here that has 0 fat. grams, but also in a limeade large, we're talking 866 calories. That's a ton. So make sure that as you're going about this, if this is something that you've chosen to do of, hey, I need to lose a pound or two per week, that you're looking at some of these calories as a safe way to do it as opposed to one of those fad diets.